Here is the first ever Family Guy cutaway gag. Wow, what an opener. Well, here's the 17th.
It's a boy. Oh, wait a minute.
Is it twins?
No, it's a map of Europe.
I don't know if I should say it's getting better or worse. So in the spirit of keeping the most random show unpredictable, we'll be ranking the 17th cutaway gag of every season. We've got 30 points to give out per gag. 10 for shock factor, 10 for quality, and a final 10 for originality. So let's jump in and see which one comes out on top. In the season 1 episode, Chitty Chitty Death Bang, Peter and Lois have a special day coming up, and immediately here comes the 17th cutaway gag of the season.
Born. One more push, Lois. This is quite a miracle, Mr. Griffin. Would you like to have a look?
Never actually seen a live baby being... Oh, God!
Congratulations, Mrs. Griffin. It's a boy. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh my God, is it twins?
No, it's a map of Europe.
Yeah, instantly the Napoleonic tendencies. The shock factor is already a bit high, with it landing on a 7. The joke quality is also a good 8, and the originality for that joke would be about a 6. Stewie being the evil genius aside, Peter has always not had the best of luck with his family members, as can be seen in the Season 2 episode, Holy Crap. In the second episode of Season 2, Peter decides to bring his very religious father to his home after he retires. The fact that he doesn't approve of Lois not being Catholic definitely won't cause any problems whatsoever.
I don't want to be a bother.
It's no bother, is it, Lois?
It'll be fun.
You're a good woman, Lois. Perhaps you won't burn in hell after all. Maybe you just go to purgatory with all the unbaptized babies.
Lois, you love kids.
He decided not want to be in that house with the two of them. The tension's so high you can feel the ice forming. Peter really wants his father's approval. He even gets his father a job at the toy factory. If I told you his father would be grateful and tell Peter that he loves him, would you believe me?
It's not supposed to be fun.
Why not?
You're a failure as a worker and as a father.
Wait a minute. At least I love my kids enough not to spend every minute of the day working. I'm a damn good father, and that's more than anyone can say about you.
What a warm and loving relationship that is. This leads to a bust-up between them and his father fires him. But Peter has a great plan. There's just one thing that he needs to do. After all, there's one man that his father does respect.
Lemony.
Please go into the living room and make yourself at home. Peter, what is the Pope doing here?
Honey, I just hijacked his bubble car so he can convince my dad I'm a good guy.
Peter, you really can't go about doing that. Even Lois feels like this is the most reckless thing you've done. This is the most reckless thing you've done, right?
So what about the time I was on that airplane?
You know what? Kidnapping the Pope still may be worse. As for the cutaway, shock factor's a 7, joke quality's a 6, and originality, a 6. We got too many people doing that in real life already. Still far from perfect here. We really need something to get going. Can Season 3 do it? Well, in the episode Mr. Griffin Goes to Washington, Peter's toy company is taken over by the El Dorado Cigarette Company. Naturally, they have plans for how to use the toy company to further their interests. It's not like they plan to control young minds or anything.
We're using those toys to get children addicted to our company's cigarettes.
Literally, the evil laugh. So old school, but yeah, those guys are pretty evil. Don't worry though, folks. Peter Griffin's on the job and he's going to find out exactly what they're scheming.
My wife says you're trying to get kids to smoke. Not true. What about this toy?
It's just a doll with a cigarette. Barbie has a dream car, but you don't see every 8-year-old kid driving.
My hero. Peter won't be convinced so easily, unfortunately. They have a secret weapon. They know exactly what to give him, and that's where the 17th cutaway gag comes in.
If you want to be.
Oh, wow. Imagine me president.
Peter, that's not really all the presidents do. You really need to read more. Also, imagine Peter as the president. That would be a complete and utter disaster. But when it comes to the ratings, for shock factor, it gets a 2. Joke quality, it gets a 4. And originality, I'll give it a 5. Anyway, that is an abysmal total. 11? They really need to do better. Let's see what Season 4 has in store. The episode Fast Times at Buddy Chianci Junior High starts with Chris's teacher winning the lottery and immediately quitting. I mean, who could blame her? This leaves a gap and, oh, hey, Peter. What's going on, man? Don't apply, please. Those kids are the future. Thankfully, Lois has an idea.
Brian, why don't you teach Chris's class?
You know, that is a terrific idea, Lois. I probably have a lot to offer.
A dog is a teacher in school. I'm sure the kids will love the idea and not bully him at all, or offer him pets and scratches on his belly. Man, a dog as a teacher would actually be pretty awesome. Unfortunately, he is reassigned to a more difficult class. Meanwhile, Chris has the hots for his replacement, and I can think of a couple of reasons why.
What do you see here, Chris?
2 D's and an F.
Something tells me he won't be learning a great deal in this class. Chris decides to make a move on his teacher in the most insane way possible. I promise you, do not expect the next clip I'm about to show you.
Chris, what are you doing?
Being romantic and unexpected.
You can't be so impulsive. People have gotten into a lot of trouble that way.
Marie?
Yeah, Donnie?
We cannot tell Mom.
An incest joke about a series from the 70s. Mixed bag right there. But while Chris is trying his best to get in his teacher's pants, Brian may be finding his class a tad challenging.
Nobody can be this stupid. Not even Peter when he took that blow to the head and thought he was Larry from Three's Company.
Jack, there's a hot tub party across the street and we're invited. Don't worry, if Mr. Furley comes by, I'll make sure he thinks you...
This really is a struggle for Brian right about now, isn't it? Shock factor has to be a 7, because joke quality drops down a little for relevance, so that's a 9. And originality, I'll give it an 8. So we're 4 gags down right now, guys, and we're really seeing the leaderboard start to shape up. There's a distinct frontrunner at the moment, with Season 4 sitting very comfortably at the top with a lead of 3 points above Season 1, while Season 2 is close, but Season 3 is at the very bottom. Let's see if the Season 5 episode Mother Tucker has what it takes to break above 24. Brian gets an opportunity to run a show on talk radio. A talking dog. I mean, the question is, why wasn't he in showbiz sooner? However, he ends up having to work with Stewie soon after, as his boss really likes the chemistry between them. Brian has some ground rules, though.
One thing straight, Stewie. The only reason you're here is that my boss ordered me to bring you on. This is my show.
Yeah, Stewie's not listening to any of that. There's no chance that he follows those rules, and he does not at all.
Your host... Hey, what's up? We're listening to Dingo and the Baby.
Dingo and the Baby, 97.1, go hog.
Oh, baby.
What the hell does that have to do with anything?
Honestly, that's way more fun. Hooray for fart jokes. Brian may not like it, but this helps his show to really take off, and people even start recognizing him by his voice when he's out and about in the town. He's embarrassed, but should he be?
Gosh, you're making me feel more important than a dwarf among midgets.
Hey, can you reach the Crispix?
Yes, I can.
Really, Brian? That's the joke you decided to go with? Well, shock factor is immediately high, an 8. Joke quality drops a little because it really does not have much rewatch value, so about a 6. And the originality is rather mid here, we'll give it a 5. But while that's a decent score, that's not really much of anything for the leaderboard. Season 6 will have to do much better than that. The episode Stewie Kills Lois starts with everyone's favorite mom enjoying her birthday at a restaurant with the rest of the family. She loves her birthday, but the presents are,
This is from me and Meg.
Topo? The smoker's tooth polish?
Take the hint.
Yeah. Even though Lois should really take the hint, just saying it's an unhealthy habit, Peter also has a gift for her, and let's just say it is quite the unexpected one.
Happy birthday, sweetheart.
Lionel Richie's Can't Slow Down?
Great album, Lois.
But why though? I mean, that's a really oddly specific gift. Don't worry, Peter explains it right after, although we can be assured that it's not really the explanation that anyone expected there.
I didn't know who I was until I heard this album. God, Lionel, you have been hurt by somebody. That much is clear. Who hurt you?
Who knew Peter had such depth? Learn to give a gift, man. It's her birthday, not yours. But when it comes to shock factor, I mean, it's a 1. Meanwhile, joke quality is a 3. Originality can be like a 6 to give it some leeway. But yeah, no, this is just awful. Yeah, shockingly low. This season's not breaking any records with those numbers. Speaking of Peter not being a good husband, though, sometimes he's not a good father either. Like in the Season 7 episode, Baby Not on Board. Peter goes to Chris's job, and his son has a rather interesting story.
Today in gym class, I noticed one of my tentacles went up inside my body and hasn't come back out yet, and I'm a little scared.
Peter's response to this? The man has a responsibility to his own son to make him feel better at this point. It's the least he can do. So what does he do? Comfort him? Share a relatable story? Nah.
This employee just made a remark to me.
I'm really worried. Is that normal?
Your employee is exposing himself to me. You got a lawsuit on your hands, mister.
If you'd be willing to forget this whole thing happened, I'll give you this.
Unlimited free gas for a year? Just because I threatened to sue you?
Well, that, and you're not the worst looking guy.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Well, at least he got something out of it. He might be happier about the gas card than his son having a job. I mean, what was that? He's also not the only son of Peter's with a reason to be upset with him.
Oh, I threw out all your apple juice, Stewie. We're a gas family now.
You put gasoline in Stewie's bottle?
You damn fool!
Peter has no sense of... actually, just that. He has no sense, period. Kids often think their parents are superheroes. Stewie thinks his father's a superhero too, just not the one he'd have wanted to be.
You're more useless than Aquaman!
Help! Somebody help!
Nobody can hear you out here.
I can.
Aquaman, help!
Hey, let her go.
Or what?
Or you're lucky you're not doing that over here.
Wait, can he summon fish or something? He does have legs. He could just walk there, you know?
For God's sakes, help! Do something!
If you don't like starfish, you're gonna be mad about what I just did. I got like 5 fish coming to help. Oh, here they are.
Oh yeah, just wait for the fish to evolve, I guess. That might help. Yeah, for this one, the shock factor is high at like a 9. The joke quality is also at a 9, and the originality also high. I'll give it an 8. Hey, this is a really good one, okay? Hey, what do you know? Season 7 delivered after all. That was such a big improvement on Season 6, and what do you know? The Season 8 episode, Brian's Got a Brand New Bag, at least starts with all the family involved in a fun group activity. They're standing in a queue at a DVD store that's going out of business. Very British of them. Unfortunately, it seems that the DVDs are obsolete, and, well, might as well take advantage of the going out of business sale.
Why are they selling all those DVDs so cheap?
DVDs are outdated and obsolete, like white track stars.
On your marks, get set, white guys, go!
Yeah, that's totally not fair. I'm sure there are plenty of fast white track runners. Just not in this particular race. The track is not a place for you to have a conversation, folks. Try and run.
I have high hopes for this. I had a Cliff Bar before we started.
Everybody else!
Thought they were coming after us.
They managed to sneak a slight race joke in there as well, huh? Well, shock factor's at an 8, joke quality's also an 8, but the originality, yeah, that's where it falls through. We'll give it a 5. It's time again for another leaderboard update, folks. This time taking the lead and breaking the lead of Season 4 is Season 7, as they take the lead by 2 points at 26 in total. However, we have a new overall loser as well. Season 6 is breaking records as well, just in the wrong way. Now it's up to Season 9 to see where they place. Speaking of placing, turns out that Peter's not the worst husband in the world after all. In the episode Welcome Back, Carter, Peter walks in on Lois's father on his yacht, doing something he really shouldn't. Or rather, someone he really shouldn't.
That was excellent. When I clenched it, you took your fingers away. You were right to do that.
Oh, my God. Mr. Pewterschmidt, you're having an affair?
No, this is my sister.
Ew!
I mean, she looked at me while I did it to myself.
Ew!
I mean, she's a man.
Ew!
Not one of those things is better than the last one. I mean, just shutting up is also an option. Pewterschmidt decides to threaten Peter. After all, he's been always a pushover, and it works, at first.
Feeling all right?
Oh, he's fine. You know how hungry a man gets after a day at sea. He eats with porpoise.
But then he gets some advice from his friends, and suddenly he has all the power in his hands should he choose to use it.
Hey, Mr. Pewterschmidt.
Griffin, what the hell are you doing in my house?
Ready to watch a movie on your big TV?
Get the hell out of there, you son of a...
No, you don't get to talk to me like that anymore.
Oh yeah, Peter's in charge now, Mr. Pewterschmidt, and he knows exactly what he wants you to do. You better do it, no matter how strange.
A good-looking, depressed guy smoking a cigarette is not a movie. And your sirens sound like guys having a...
That was scarily accurate, but honestly, those could also be clown noses being honked. Overall here, the shock factor's at a 6. Joke quality gets an 8, and honestly, it's a bit original, so for the originality, we'll give it a 9. Not bad at all. And now we're at Season 10. It's time to make a mark. But for once, the episode screams of silence the story of Brenda Q. The theme of the show turns out to be way more serious than usual.
Oh my God. You know, you don't have to stay with a man who treats you that way.
Yeah, not exactly the topic you expect out of Family Guy. That was an uncomfortable watch, but it might just get even more uncomfortable. They really decided to push this one for some reason.
You just arrest the guy?
I can't arrest Jeff unless Brenda files a formal complaint.
What happens if one of these nights he hits her so hard he kills her?
Police policy, we can't step in until it's too late.
Cool. But also, damn, bit too close to the truth there. This episode might need trigger warnings, but then again, the day they add trigger warnings to Family Guy, the world may never be the same. They decide to host an intervention for her to make sure she understands that she's in a bad situation, that she needs to leave, but that does not exactly go according to plan.
Sadly, the fact that you are with Jeff proves to me that you have made a choice to make your life worse. I want the girl I grew up with back.
Way darker than usual, but here we go. While the boys are discussing everything going on with Brenda and Quagmire is planning a murder, we get the cutaway we've been waiting for.
We kill a bastard!
Whoa, Quagmire. You know I could arrest you just for saying.
You know what else you can get arrested for? Soliciting a rooster.
I don't know what this cock-a-doodle-doo thing is, but it sounds gay. Sounds scatological. I'm in.
You're about to have a neat day.
Man, you just never know what Peter's about to say next. But did that rooster look buffer than usual? No? Just me? Okay, cool, moving on. That cutaway in the middle of a literal murder being planned did exactly what it needed to, with a low shock factor of 2, joke quality 8, and originality 8. Season 10 might have been very serious, but Season 11 makes a mark in a different way, and there are a lot of cutaway gags in the first few episodes alone. We get the 17th cutaway only by the second episode, Ratings Guide. lie. Peter gets a bunch of Nielsen boxes, and the networks are forced to care about his views and feedback, or else he tanks their ratings. There is no saving them. And well, let's just say his suggestions really get weird, as if anything else was possible.
I guess you could lose the mustache.
I don't know, my birthmark makes it kind of tough. Always caused me problems at my old job. And that'll do it for us here at Channel 12 News. Make sure you turn those clocks ahead.
That birthmark, maybe he should keep the mustache. His suggestions keep getting weirder and weirder, though.
Lois, we're no longer one Nielsen family. We're 100. More boxes, more power. And I got some ideas to make TV better.
Hello, Mad Men Production Office.
That was Mad Men, folks. Just saying, that was Mad Men after Peter's input. He really is enjoying it, isn't he? What does he think the Nielsen box is, some sort of toy?
A little fun. God's sakes, I've just been handed the coolest freaking toy on the planet. Except for hungry Alec Baldwin's. I'm not even touching the lever.
Oh, yeah, he does. That cutaway was... not gonna question it, actually. Baldwin always had a big mouth, after all. On the shock factor, that gets a 9. No one was expecting that image. As for the joke quality, that gets a 5. And originality, another high 8. But if this episode got a little wild, that is nothing compared to what happens in Season 12, in the episode Vestigial Peter. It starts off quite normally as Peter and Lois go shopping, but the salesman suddenly discovers a lump on his neck. They go to get it checked out, and it turns out to be weirder than anyone could have ever expected, naturally.
Hi, everybody! Oh my God, it's a little me! Well, looks as if he's more fully formed than we thought. Your wife is gorgeous!
2 Peters? Like one wasn't enough? Poor Meg won't be able to put up with all the new insults. Peter decides to keep the tumor around, even names him Chip. He decides to show Chip the world, and that may include things that he really shouldn't own.
All kinds of cool stuff. My Hot Wheels, my lawn darts, even my new musket.
Peter, what the hell are you doing?
Thought I heard a noise downstairs. Go stall him for 20 minutes and pray that it's not too damp in here.
Not gonna lie, at the start of that cutaway, I thought he was gonna be polishing his musket, if you catch my drift. But is it really shocking that he has a musket? I mean, it's worrying, but that's a low shock factor of 3, but better joke quality of 8 and originality of 7. It's time for another leaderboard update, but this time there's no change in the leading position. That's still being held by none other than Season 7, although Seasons 11 and 10 actually came close to a few good numbers as well. As for who's losing, well, nothing has changed, and Season 6 holds that position a shame. Will they be holding on to it the whole time? Let's see what changes with Season 13. In the episode Baking Bad, Lois has organized a blood drive and is trying her best to get Peter to donate with questionable success.
Everyone else here has donated except you.
Well, that guy over there didn't donate.
That's still you, Peter.
Well, if I gotta donate, he's gotta donate too. You, get in here! Ha, sucker!
Well, Peter's definitely looking at the man in the mirror and deciding to let him make the change. Michael Jackson would be proud. But Lois has a secret weapon, a cookie.
Amazing! They're even tastier than Connie Britton's hair. God, your hair is delicious.
Who are you?
I'm the guy who killed your bodyguard.
You know what? Peter needs to work on his compliments. Yes, Lois, your cookie is tastier than hair. That joke may also be a bit odd, but that's a low shock factor of 2, joke quality of 3, but a higher originality of 6. That was horrible. No, those points don't do Season 13 any favors. Season 14 has to pull its weight. It's looking like it might start off strong with Lois struggling to wake Peter up to move to his side in the episode Guy Robot. She fails. It's impossible to get that man up when he does not want to. She ends up lying on Peter's side of the bed and finds out that there may be a few issues with it. Just a few.
What happened to your side of the bed? Brings a shot and it's all damp over here. Are these mushrooms?
Geez, someone needs to send in the CDC. They might find a few new species of fungus. Lois decides they need to get a new mattress, and that goes just about as well as can be expected.
Also, I like to eat a big bowl of berries before I go to sleep.
That sales guy has to be traumatized. But when they go back home and Lois doesn't want to have sex on the mattress to keep it clean a while longer, Peter does not have the most healthy reaction.
Keep it nice for a little while.
For how long?
Let's just keep it new for a few weeks.
Come on, you know I'm terrible at waiting for things.
We'll be right back with more Laverne and Shirley.
I want it now!
That's just about what an enraged chimpanzee would do, so that definitely suits Peter. On shock factor, that's a 4. Joke quality is a 7. And originality, it's gotta be a 1, man. Again, another really bad season for the points. I think that's our first 1 of the whole video. Time to change up this fate, surely, with Season 15. The episode American Gig Olo starts off with the pilot striking over fair pay, and the man who should come with a warning attached to him, Quagmire, is leading it. They know what they want, but it might not be so easy.
What do we want? Fair wages! When do we want it? Now, but it's been delayed until 9:40 due to weather in Philly.
Now, why does that sound familiar? Quagmire's not dealing with this well, though. He's just not happy. After all, he's not knocking boots right now.
This is a mess. Working about as well as that animal sobriety checkpoint.
Is that a baggie of catnip on your seat?
I have a card for that.
What else you got in here? Open container of cat food? Is that a dead mouse?
Hey, a cat has a right to have a dead mouse in its car. This isn't a restaurant and you're not the health inspector. The cat seems to agree with me as well.
Hey, somebody get him off me!
Think catnip's a joke?
Oh, okay, that was a bit insane. For the shock factor, that comes in at a solid 9, joke quality is at a high 8, and originality is also at an 8. That cat was absolutely insane, man, but at the season 16 episode Nanny Goats, there just might be wilder animals to worry about. Lois asks Peter to do something simple, just mow the lawn. That's an easy enough task, but this is Peter we're talking about. If he can avoid work, he will. But honestly, this time he may have just lost his marbles.
I am mowing a lawn.
Where'd you get these?
Craigslist.
He definitely has a plan about what to do with them afterward, right? He won't just let them roam into the house. He's way too responsible for that.
What the hell did the goats do in here? Where's your father?
Never mind. But surely he can't do anything worse with the goats, something that might go against quite a few laws.
I have milked all the goats.
Peter, all those goats are males.
Well, the buckets are full and the goats are happy. I just hope word doesn't get around.
I like good times.
Yeah, he was not paying attention during biology class, but when Lois's parents arrive, they are not happy. It might take Peter a long time to realize that, though.
Lois, I've seen enough. You have 4 children.
4 children. 4 children. 4 children. 4 children. Hey!
If he was any slower on the uptake, he might just end up in the next time slot on Fox. For that cutaway, the shock factor would be high at 7. Joke quality's at 9, and originality, well, at least they weren't sheep. Let's make that 7 as well. In this leaderboard update, there have been no changes yet again, with the top position still being held by Season 7. Season 15 came really close to 25 points, and Season 16 wasn't bad either. But really, we deserved that after the disasters of 13 and 14. As for the bottom position, yep, it's still Season 6. Although it has company now. Can Season 17 make a difference? Brian has decided to make Stewie's life a little more difficult after he buys a dog whistle.
No!
Good luck, shrimp.
I can't believe the nerve of that dog.
Yeah, he's not getting up there. Have you noticed Stewie has really tiny arms? Like, the head is gigantic, but those arms, what happened there, man? But the shrimp is also an evil genius. Brian may just regret doing this. He has creative ways to get his own back.
I'm more interested in short stories.
Honey, the baby shrunk the dog. Stewie enjoys this a little too much. If only he'd express exactly just how much he's enjoying it.
I think my excitement is best expressed by Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Okay, did not expect the real Jean-Claude Van Damme. That was a shock factor of 10, a joke quality of 7, and originality of 10. Hey, what do you know? Season 18 is the first time we've made it all the way to episode 5 for the 17th Cutaway. That's a slower than usual start for them. In the episode Cat Fight, Quagmire decides he's going to start a cat cafe, but it's right next to Brian's favorite bar. The dog having a cat cafe right next to his favorite bar? Yeah, that's a recipe for disaster if I've ever heard of one.
That toxoplasmosis is a parasitic disease.
Damn it, Brian, get out of here. You're scaring away my customers.
They also ring you up on one of those tablets they flip around at you.
Oh no, who could have predicted that? Unfortunately, it works, and Quagmire has to shut down the cat cafe, but it also has unexpected consequences for Brian as well.
No animals are allowed in any public establishment.
You gotta be kidding me. We can go to my writing spot. Look at my jump! Look at my jump! This place has the best pizza and Pepsi, Brian.
Oh, would you look at that? Looks like karma's bite is worse than its bark. This leads to Brian not really being able to get a drink anywhere, and he's stuck at home. But wait, Stewie has a way out for him. Put on a vest and pretend to be an emotional support animal.
Iron-On. The vest is from when I worked at Office Depot. You're buying 1 pen?
Yep.
You don't work in an office you can steal this from?
I work from home.
Office Depot. We're coming, Blockbuster.
Just how long has Stewie been a toddler? He's worked like multiple jobs now. The shock factor for this one is at a 6, but the joke quality is slightly higher at 7, while originality stays at 7 as well. But yeah, Family Guy really likes to play it on the nose to their cutaways, huh? The episode Cutaway Land in season 19 is a gag episode about cutaway gags. It's fitting this should have been the 17th cutaway for the season. But the issue is that whenever they set up the cutaway here, something goes quite wrong. For example, when Peter and Lois are frustrated at the fact that the kids are not giving them any private time, they compare it to trying to sell men's suits in Australia.
What are we doing here?
I don't know.
Would you like a belt? Hey, I'll take 2. 1 for each wrist.
I think we somehow sent ourselves into a cutaway.
Yeah, Lois, this is really not good. Given the cutaways you guys have, you might even end up in the same gym as Hitler. Yeah, remember that from the very first cutaway of the show? That was wild.
You know, most of the world's problems stem from poor self-image.
But yeah, they really are trapped. Even when they try to get out of the cutaway, they find themselves trapped in another. That's when Lois finally realizes what's happening.
It's like this is a whole cutaway land, but only one of us to move within cutaway land.
Getting both of them to say the same thing and set up the same cutaway gag at the same time to escape may be more difficult than Lois expects. Peter is slow at the best of times, but they know just what to do with this newfound power.
And we can go anywhere, like when we hid in Tom Brady's locker and watched him shower.
Just as big as you want it to be, but not so big that it's going to distract him.
There's a Trump hat in here.
Don't look at the Trump hat, look at his... All right, fine, you ruined this.
Okay, this one has several layers. I refuse to dissect. I don't get paid enough for that. But yeah, this one has a shock factor of 10, joke quality of 9, and originality of 10. Folks, we might have just found the perfect cutaway. But hey, we're not done yet. There's something quite different about season 20. So far, the 17th cutaways have been within episode 4 or 5 max for every season. For this one, though, audiences had to wait a little longer. In fact, till episode 7, Peter Schmidt Manor. Peter and Lois are trying to shop and get a treadmill. When Peter comes out after buying one, though, Lois is left shocked.
It's my new pitching machine, Lois. It can turn our car into a silly tank.
Yeah, Peter's not walking on that. You can't leave that man to shop alone. But just what does he plan to do with it? Spend some quality time with his son?
Father-son bonding, and not about hitting you in the nuts to get on America's Funniest Home Videos.
Why are you pointing the pitching machine at my crotch?
Doesn't that just warm your heart? But Chris is not quite ready to get on board with this with his father, even if Peter has a whole scenario planned out in his head.
The Kings of 1991, just for one night.
Or will it be 2 balls, 1 strike? And the winner is Fainting Groom of Berkeley, Michigan.
They can't win even in their own cutaways. But ouch, that must have really hurt. From a shock factor POV, that comes in at about a 5, but the joke quality is higher at 7, while originality is sitting at an 8. Let's check where we are now with another leaderboard update. But these last 4 episodes have been big ones. Season 17 immediately displaced Season 7 at the top of the leaderboard with 27 points. That seemed like a guaranteed win. Who was going to beat that? But then along came Season 19, and just like that, we're sitting at 29 points. The bottom position still holding strong, but now to be at the top, a season needs a perfect score. Season 21 continues the trend set by Season 20, and once again, we have to wait even later for the 17th cutaway in Episode 10, The Candidate. Stewie gets inspired by Mayor Wild West. This heroic man is all he wants to be when he grows up, and he knows just how he has to do it.
Mayor West is a hero. One day, I want to be mayor.
A good start would be learning about politics.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Stewie ends up getting into it with a rival in his preschool and decides he'll run for snack captain. He's determined to win no matter what, completely desperate to win. But his rival is ready to do anything to keep him down.
You nailed you!
I'm voting for Doug.
I'm too young to deliver a joke.
But hey, apparently Stewie has experience in far more difficult things than the dirty politics that comes with running for the preschool snack captain.
It's been 40 years. Let it go. No one is denying you credit.
Paul Simon says 5'2" is the cutoff for being really short, not 5'3".
I'm gonna play Simon Cowell Says.
Men should wear low V-necks and have breasts.
Paul Simon might just never let that go. But hey, at least Simon Cowell got to show off his very low-cut V-neck again. For shock factor, that's a 7, joke quality at a 9, and originality would have to be a bit low at 3. Speaking of Simon Cowell, in Season 22, the 17th Cutaway Gag comes in an episode that makes a play on a really popular song, Baby, It's Cold Outside. Peter naturally forgets his anniversary with Lois, classy move as always, but he does make a big promise to her that he has a gift planned. He really should not do that. It's not like a limbless pirate's going to walk in and give him an idea.
Why not take your bride on a romantic cruise around Quahog Harbor?
I think Lois would like that.
You can bring along a tub of popcorn because the tin's waterproof.
Yeah, this is not going to end well. But hey, it looks like the night's going well at least. At least until things go a bit too wrong. Just don't abandon her.
Triangular dorsal fin heading our way.
Jack!
Dude's never gonna learn. It's season 22. Thankfully, it was just a dolphin, but Lois is justifiably angry with Peter. But hey, he's not worried. He knows how to take his punishment.
Solve bigger problems, like when I forgot the safe word at that sex party. Aardvark! Ah! Aardwolf! Abandoned! Ah! A base! Ah! A bait!
Yeah, that clip isn't gonna be leaving my mind anytime soon. So from a shock factor perspective, this cutaway is at an 8. Joke quality is also high at a 9, and originality is a bit lower at an 8. While Lois may have had a bad time with Peter here, let's turn the focus to Meg now for the season 23 episode, Chicken or the Meg. Meg is finally getting an opportunity to show up on a reality dating show, even though it might be a very strange one.
We're excited to see if you have what it takes to be on Farm.
This is one step too far even for Meg. She's not an animal. Her character may be an insult as well, even though she's excited about it.
I'm ready to swine and dine. Oink, oink, boink, boink.
Meg actually finds love there, and naturally it's with the chicken. But here's where the cutaway gag comes in, as it turns out that they may have to live a lie like a certain very famous figure.
I guess we'll have to live a lie, like George Santos.
Hi, I'm straight Jewish George Santos. It's the worst thing that's happened to me since I died on 11.
This was written 18 months ago, new lies not included.
Well then, you saw the clip, I saw the clip, let's just move on to the rating. So from a shock factor, this one's low at a 4, but the joke quality's high at an 8, and originality's somewhere in between at like a 5. So with a final leaderboard update here at the end, we have a winner, folks. Season 19 with 29 points is picking up the first position, even if Season 22 really came close to getting another good score. With that, we're done. While there were some really good seasons in Cutaway Gags, a few really stood out from the crowd here. The top 3 seasons, we can see that while Season 19 has the lead with the Tom Brady gag in Cutaway Land, naturally it's followed closely by Season 17 in the sudden appearance of a non-animated Jean-Claude Van Damme, as well as Season 7's Aquaman, the failure in the world of superheroes of the DC universe. Similarly, on the other side of things, we have some real losers in here as well. In the third spot from the bottom, it's Season 14 with 12 points, and Peter not really being one to wait for. In the penultimate loser spot is Season 13 with 11 points, with Peter comparing cookies to hair. And at the bottom is naturally Season 6 and the worst gifts to ever receive on a birthday. And that's about it, folks. Feel free to join us again for more Family Guy content and Cutaway Gags, as well as several other cartoons. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching.